Hi, my name is Shana, and I will be talking to you about written versus oral formats and techniques. The use of oral presentation allows for a greater face-to-face interaction. Good oral communication facilitates group communication, leading to the development of creative solutions and proposals. Solid oral communications allow you to present information in a setting where you can immediately hear and address concerns, questions, and objections. Many have heard the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words." This is especially true when talking about graphs as well as figures. There are many types of graphs: bar graphs, line graphs, pictographs, the list goes on, all of which contain concise representation of data and are able to compare multiple sets of numbers. Sometimes, however, the use of graphs can be quite confusing. Though they are a great advantage and used often in the business industry as well as math classes, they help students and employees visualize concepts that would otherwise be abstract. Graphing lines based on equations is a common activity. Using graphing lines are beneficial in a sense that they appear as a picture and they help others interpret results. This is particularly useful when lines have a negative slope. Without a graph, others are not able to understand how a negative slope is possible. However, there are not only benefits to oral communication, there are also benefits to written communication. When conducted in an effective manner, written communication provides a variety of benefits. It helps you create a comprehensive, structured presentation of information, and it also provides a reference point as you work with others. Graphs, however, are not only positive in oral presentations, but rather than having long paragraphs filled with endless numbers, they allow for complicated information to be understood with bars and lines. An example being when talking about statistics throughout the year, rather than explaining how the climate changes throughout January to December, talking about the different degrees in weather, a graph is able to represent that information in an easier understanding for the audience. This also allows for personal communication as well as being able to use everyday language when communicating. When writing, you're able to be objective as well as less personal. The writing is also logic and much more organized than when speaking. It is much more direct and words are chosen precisely. However, when you are speaking and communicating with an audience, the writing is subjective, spontaneous, conversational, and indirect. You're able to use everyday language so that the audience is able to understand what is being said, as well as gestures, so that others are able to get a feel for what you're saying. Bars and graphs, as well as figures, are a much easier representation of data, and it allows for an easier understanding. Graphs are used much more on a day-to-day basis, especially in the business industry.